May the 4th, 2022, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I don't go for that May the 4th crap, Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars person. Joe and I, not Star Wars people. Brian has seen them all, but Joe and I, we could care less. I'll tell you what I care about. We got 17 Major League Baseball games today. We've got 2 NBA playoff games, 4 NHL playoff games. That's what I care about. I care less about May the 4th. I saw that one of our competitors here on YouTube put like May the 4th where they normally put their record, which means they probably got bent over yesterday, is my guess, right? It's Star Wars Day is what they put or something. And it's like normally they put their record, right? But yesterday was like a totally, yesterday was a razor sharp day. So they got bent, It's like Trevor Rogers once again, that he is the king of the yes run first inning. He is the undisputed. And then we have, almost every game in the early ones, the early starts, almost all were yes run first inning. And then it just went from there. Of course, the White Sox just taking the Cubs behind the woodshed, and Rangers spotting the Phillies runs. And, they went up 2-0 early, then they came back. And it was exactly like Brian called that over in that game. A lot of people looking at the under there. It was way over. It was over early, too. Blue Jays dead to me. Dead.
Yeah, dead to me, too, especially today.
And they're also dead to me. Anyways, we talked yesterday after the show. We're going to try and get into the picks just a lot faster. And I think we'll just start right into it, and we'll just mix in the other stuff as we go. But we'll go right into the NBA here. It is playoff time. And yesterday, teams kind of drawing the line in the sand, as they say. Both the series from yesterday are now 1 game apiece. And now these ones are, these are 1-0. We've got the Heat taking on the 76ers. We got the Heat taking on the 76ers. The Heat, 8-point favorites in this one, down from 9. The 76ers competed in spots, but was it the Heat taking their foot off the gas, or was it the 76ers showing that they can compete? I think it was the Heat taking their foot off the gas. Brian, what do you think?
Boy, that was one of those games that I didn't know exactly what to be on. I ended up with the Sixers, and I got burned a little bit on that one. But I think as far as free picks go, I believe that we're going to see another under in this contest here. The Sixers have to play. Only chance they have in this series, especially at Miami, is if they turn up their defense. Miami, very well coached, and they're going to bring their defensive bag. I just don't see it getting over the 207.5. So I take the under in this one.
Joe?
I hate to agree or disagree with you on this one, Brian. I'm on the over. I look at how both of these teams were shooting those deep balls in the last game, and they were missing left, right, and center, which isn't like either of these teams. I think we're going to see those 3-pointers sink tonight, and I think we just get over this total.
Deep balls going on in this one. We've got I don't know. I think the Heat are just a better team here, and I think that they're just going to have their way without Embiid. It's not like they're missing just a guy, It's like he's the guy, and it's like they have other good players, and we're not going to say that the Sixers are a one-man team, but let's just say their best player is out, and he is significantly their best player, and if he was on, 90% of the teams in the NBA, he would be the best player on that team. It's not like he's
James Harden isn't. He's an MVP, triple-double guy.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
He's still good.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not. He got traded for Ben Simmons. Let's be honest here. Let's call it what it is.
Well, the Sixers had to give up first-round draft picks and all kinds of. I just think James Harden can be the man. I think maybe short-term. So I think he could put in 35 tonight.
The Heat were the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference this year, and it wasn't a fluke. And if anything, they're a better team now than they were for the bulk of the season, with Oladipo now in the fold as well. I just think the Heat are way too much in this series. I think the Heat are going to the NBA Finals this year, as they deserve to be every year. Anyways,
They're not getting past Boston.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
good,
they were.
good. I know because all the squares are going to be all over the Celtics.
I just want to get you going.
I know. Well, you're not getting me going. I mean, I'm not going. Believe me, I'm cashing. You had the Cubs yesterday. I mean, cash.
Yeah, but
we just cash.
that was yeah.
That was
just
easy.
A strong lead. It was a strong lead.
It was easy.
No, I got the Cubbies again today.
They like tried. They like tried to turn on the rain to make the to stop it. It was like the White Sox just refused to get off the field. No
So
way.
for anyone listening just to the audio, Mitch has his Cubs Sucks shirt on today.
Yes.
It's quite the shirt, Mitch.
It's a great shirt. I got this actually at Wrigley Field at a Cubs White Sox game at Wrigley, outside of Wrigley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And on the back it says there is no curse, they just suck.
Nice one.
But I like the Heat. I think the Heat sweep this series, to be honest with you. I don't see any. The Sixers simply have no answers. If James Harden's going to be your answer, yeah, pack it in. I think a few years ago.
How many? Go ahead. Sorry, Mitch.
No. I think a few years ago, maybe you could rely on Harden and that type of leadership, put it all on his shoulders, role. But I mean, even if he puts up 40 or 50, the Heat have 5 guys that can do that. The Heat are
How
way
many
underrated.
points did we see him put up last time in the first game there? I wasn't meaning to check that because I know when he did play them only once this season back in, I think it was a November game, he was held to 14 points. So they absolutely can contain him.
16 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc, 4 of 4 from the line, -8 in his minutes on the court. And of course, Tobias Harris just undressed last game, -25. Even though he scored 27 points, he was still -25. On that, DeAndre Jordan, Embiid's replacement, 2 of 2 from the floor, 4 points total, 17 minutes of action, -22, plus minus, 2 rebounds, 2 fouls, 2 turnovers. Yeah, just a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely be looking at Harden's under for points today.
Yeah, I mean, it's Harrison.
It's 22 and a half, take it under.
Yeah, Harris and Maxey are basically the answers here for the Sixers, and I just don't think they're enough. I don't think they're good players. I think if they were on the Heat, they would be on the winning team today. But it's like, the thing is that they're not going to be competitive here.
Don't fear the beard. That's a good one.
Anyways. Interesting. Got this second game, Suns against the Mavericks. This game was brutal. It was about as bad as it gets for me in that one, in game 1. I had the Mavericks. Everyone that had the Mavericks, we all felt the pain together in that thing. We were there. The worst. It's worse to be there, right? It's just worse when you're there. It's like we were so there. We were just there. We came all the way back. Luka hit the 3. We're down by 5. We're getting 5.5. It's just the world's a happy place. We foul and we get the ball back. We're not going to win the game. We're driving right down the lane. The sea has parted. Coming in for the layup, and he kicks it out to Dinwiddie, who missed it. I don't understand the kick out there. Just take the bucket. Cover, baby. Just cover. It's like Al Davis used to say. Just cover, baby. Brian, you recovered. I know you had the Mavericks.
I got burned game 1 as a premium play with the Mavericks. I stepped it down a little bit, but I'm still going to back them as a free play. I think it's they should be around a 1 possession, 3.5 to 4. I think Mavericks should be able to keep it close tonight. So I'm going to stick to my guns and take Dallas. I think they turn up the defensive effort.
Joe?
Yeah, I completely agree with you here, Brian. I think the Mavericks have to come out stronger defensively. They have to hold the Suns down. I don't know if they win it, but I definitely think they cover the 6 points. So give me the Mavericks plus the points.
I like the Mavericks on the money line. I think they have what it takes to beat these guys. And I think that we saw them reel them in at the end after being down so big. They have all the momentum and the belief that they can get there and do it. I mean, because they got worked over for basically 3 5/8 quarters or more, 3 3/4 quarters, and only missed the cover by stupid kick out to Dinwiddie, who missed the three. He was wide open, by the way. Wide open three. I hope he had a miserable night.
Those hurt. Those hurt so bad. It's like that should go in.
That was
99% of the time that ball goes in.
You know what they say about those, Joe? It's going to hurt me a lot more than it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
That's basically what that one was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm taking the Mavs money line. Brian, what do you got today?
Well, I'm winning days 3 of the last 4, so hopefully I'm starting to pick up steam. I got my Gone Streaking 3-pack. It contains my best bet in Major League Baseball, best bet in NBA, best bet in NHL. All 3 best bets for $50 at pickdogs.com, premium picks.
Joe?
For myself, I have 4 bets out today. I have 1 in the NHL, 2 in the NBA, and 1 in the MLB. So I'm excited for today's card. We're going to have a great day, you guys. And again, if you haven't checked out our premium and VIP, the VIP show, I will be giving out one of these picks. What about you, Mitch?
I have a MLB 3-pack up there, but I have a lot more MLB. So that 3-pack is the early games that I have up. I'm going to put a late one up as well for later games. I have a ton of picks. It's 18 games on the card. So any capper out there taking a pass like Brian does sometimes on these days, I mean, you got to think, right? You got 2 sides, run lines, totals, right, on 18 games. First 5 innings, no runs first inning, player props, right? Million ways to bet these games. Then you got 2 NBA games. You got 4 NHL games. It's like, I'll just take a pass. It's like, I hate those guys. You'll never see anyone on our site do that. We have people that have medical emergencies and stuff, like real medical emergencies, and they absolutely cannot put picks in. We had one the other day, and if people have a capper that doesn't get picks for some reason, all you got to do is email me. But I know it's super rare. I mean, it's like once every 10 years, that a guy would just totally miss picks and still be on the site. If they don't put picks in, they're not on our website. It's the way that it generally works. But I just want to take a quick look at the leaderboard, and I know who's on top. It is, well, I didn't know, but now I do know, actually. It is someone near dear to our hearts, Joe Madden there, 1,340 units for the week. Look at that, Joe. Wow. Brian's been touting her all week, pumping her up, and there it is, plus 1,340. Joe was on a major heater, 2-1 again yesterday. There I am, even coming off of a losing day yesterday. I'm at the bottom of the last 7 days. Ron Romanelli right there in the middle. Al Ninos, still looking good. Cooling off just a drop, but still looking good. And, of course, Big Al McMorty. This guy's just always on the leaderboard, and it's like he's always on there. It's just an amazing thing. And then, of course, I like to always look at the hottest cappers, see how everyone did yesterday, and you can see all these people had winning days yesterday, and in the last 7 days as well. All of these people had winning records. You can see my big bombs. I'm hitting only 25%. I'm still plus money. That tells you something. And yeah, and then the other thing I like to look at is the leaderboards, of course. And this tells you by sport. We have 3 big sports going on here. Overall, Big Al McMorty is our number 1 capper so far this year. And then in baseball, it's Ninos, Romanelli, Dana Lane, Pick Dogs, Top Dogs, Al McMorty, Brian moving up the charts. And this is early going, in Major League Baseball.
Ninos just took over the top spot here.
Yeah, it's just, I would say the top spot in May is rented. You don't own the tops. You can't win it, and you can't finish number 1 in May. but you could certainly put yourself out of it. I know that I'm not positive in baseball. I'm just barely on the wrong side of it. Barely. I've been sitting there for a couple of days now.
I know in NHL hockey, I started out 4-14 this year, so it's been a long climb, and I'm finally up into the positive. It took me all year to do it, but if you get buried early, it gets tough.
I'll tell you, who's a really good capper is this James Clark. We got him from the capping contest, and when he won the capping contest, I kind of thought that he had dug deep and taken like some big underdogs to do it, and some big money line dogs because he was out of it, and he went and grabbed some big money line dogs and he hit on them, and that kind of catapulted him to the lead. We changed the rules the next year so you couldn't do that. But the thing is that since he's actually been on the site, he's cold-blooded, man. It's like, look at that NBA record. I mean, that's not sitting on the sidelines and watching games and and just riding, sticking with your winners and then picking an occasional game here and there. That is, if you got James Clark's season NBA package, you probably paid like $400 or something, right? $400 or $500, and he was 333, 425, like 435 picks or so in here so far, and he's not even to the NBA Finals. You probably paid $1 a pick, and look at how much you made. That's really good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it
Phenomenal.
is. It's great. Yeah. I don't look at these leaderboards too much. Brian's just sprinkled across them.
I'm keeping my eye on them. I like to know what's going on here.
Interesting stuff. I never really look at them. I only started yesterday since we started doing them on the show. But there you have them. So all these cappers have picks. We got a giant schedule today.
And we're still running the 2-for-1 capper deal, right, Mitch?
Always. Yep. Under the premium picks, you just go here. The way I'll go back and show everybody. The way the 2-for-1, you just go right here, premium picks, and it's right here, 2-for-1 cappers. This is on the desktop version. It's the same thing on the phone, except it's on your phone. That's the difference. The difference is that this is on your computer, and the other one is on your phone. Getting all technical.
So if your phone's cracked, it's not our phone.
Yes, I'm getting technical with everybody. Anyways, let's swing it over to Major League Baseball. Got a full card of games. Miami Marlins getting woodshedded by the Diamondbacks this series. The Marlins just a game over 500, and the D-backs red hot. 12-13 now, just a game under 500. And look at the teams that they beat. They beat the Dodgers, the Cardinals, and the red-hot Marlins as part of this streak, and they've done it all on the road after a horrible start. Meanwhile, Brian had to wait a day to see Mikey Pineda, but here he gets to see him today. Pineda wears that gold chain around his neck. It must weigh 35 pounds if it's not hollow. I mean, this is a rope, that he wears, Pineda. Always has the biggest smile on his face. He could be like, pitching a no-hitter, or he could have just given up, 3 home runs to 3 consecutive batters. The guy's just, grinning ear to ear constantly. And I'll tell you, some days I just want to wipe that smile off his face. Other days I'm smiling with him,
Yeah.
Anyways, got the Guardians of the Galaxy. I have this backwards. I don't know. I'm showing Quantrill and Gore in game 2, and the one thing I'm looking at is their game 1 on this.
It should be Clevenger Plesac game 1.
Clevenger Plesac is what I'm showing for game 1. And we went over this game yesterday, and I feel exactly the same way because not a lot has changed. Except the Guardians have now had a lot of time off, and so has San Diego, who is on the road. They've been on the road for a long time. Now they've had 2 days in Cleveland, which can get a little crazy. We all know. It's nuts. It's like they're staying at the Club Med in Cleveland. the luxurious Lakeside Club Med. Cleveland, Ohio. 2 free hot dogs per person. And got the Royals and the Cardinals. Chris Bubich. Brian, you're going to be booing that bitch?
So that's 4 games right here, right? That you just read off.
Why not?
All right.
I figure let's push ourselves a little bit.
We're gonna have to push the pace a little bit here.
It's not the pace. I'm just pushing us. It's like we got to go next level. We've been doing 3 games. We can do 4 games. Just like other people do 5 picks in 5 minutes, or they'll do 5 picks in 7 minutes. I just 7 picks in 5 minutes. It's like it's like this is how I do it.
For me, it might be I might have gotten suckered into this one, but I'll take the Arizona Diamondbacks plus money here. We got Bumgarner, who's been having a good veteran season. 1-1, 1.17 ERA.
You want to marry him?
I think Bumgarner could be a good ad for the Phillies or White Sox or a team that could use a starting pitcher. But anyway, Arizona Diamondbacks money.
I think he could use a hug. Maybe you should look him up.
And I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates here on the money line. Dylan Peters not going to go more than an inning or 2, but he's been a good opener for the Pirates. Michael Pineda, that's light line, just looks a little bit light. I'm going to take the Pirates here.
We're going to send Joe to Miami to give Madison Bumgarner a hug.
Sure, he'd run. Like, what is this Canadian?
Here comes that crazy.
He's a freaking Canadian. Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh man. Okay, in these games, these are some hard games in here. I think I have to go with the Detroit Tigers. I just think the Pittsburgh Pirates are allowing too many runs, and I think the Tigers will be able to get them today. So give me the Tigers here. They've been strong at home in interleague games, going 5-2 in their last 7. I'm also then going to lean on the under between St. Louis and Kansas City. I really do think with both these pitchers up, Adam Wainwright coming in here with a 4.0 ERA, I do think he's going to have a better performance here against Kansas City. And Bubic, I think, will be able to play better than we've seen. His ERA on the season so far is terrible at 10.5, but he's only pitched 12 innings, and he has a career record of 4.78. I do think they can keep this under the 7.5, so give me the under 7.5 in this one.
We're not seeing like any teams like really pull away. Like any teams that are starting to pull away and stuff like that. Like just the Yankees and the Dodgers really right now have been playing the best baseball. But even for the Dodgers, it's really just at home, So it's, my wife asked me, yesterday, who's your favorite team this year? And it's like, I'm not even sure yet. I haven't really jumped on anybody yet.
You're a hot team humper.
I am. I'm not a hot team. I get ahead of the curve. I had the Rangers reverse run line yesterday, Sparky.
Sparky, I love it.
I just fade the Phillies every single time out, and that's just straight cash.
I had the Rangers too yesterday, so it's okay.
I had a reverse run line.
Nah, I don't take chances like that.
Of course not. Which is why your mom's basement looks so beautiful this morning.
Yeah, well, I'm happy with plus 160. I think that's what the Rangers was paying out yesterday.
We got 2 and change. I got 145, I think, on the money line, but 2 something on the reverse. I like the Pirates, and I think that Guardians game is wrong, and I think the Cardinals bounce back here against the Royals. I love the Royals yesterday. I gave it out in the video and rips me. It's like, this is how the videos work. This is how it is being a YouTuber, right? Is you give out your pick. If you win, and everyone rips you apart. If you win, you never see these people again, or they delete their comments. If you lose, they come back and say, I told you so. I did get, though, on Twitter, someone said, thank you for the Rangers reverse run line, that you want to marry that pick or something. You're married. Because I loved it so much, I wanted to marry it. And I said, wait a minute, are you thanking me later? Because it was actually literally thanking me later.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Because I think you put in that tweet, thank me later.
Yeah, well, thank me later. I got an email from someone who I don't specifically know this person, but they were on the floor at the Memphis game yesterday, but they were not wearing their Pick Dogs gear, so we will not show your picture.
Oh, too bad.
If you're wearing your Pick Dogs gear, then we would have been there. got the Metropolitans taking on the Braves. The Mets have this has really been a one-sided little meeting. The Mets are another team that's starting to pull away in the East, with the Marlins falling back a little bit. But it's May, and we know that the Mets bullpen. Mets getting rid of Robinson Cano. So the Mets had 4 guys that were like weighing in the balance, as to what they were going to do. It's Janikowski, Dominic Smith, Robinson Cano. I forget who the other guy was. And they had to decide between.
They still pay David Wright. There's that contract.
I don't know, but these guys are on the roster, so they had to make a move because DeGrom, right, is going to come back and whatever. So they have to, you can only have X amount of guys on the team. So it was like Dominic Smith went 4 for 4 that night, so they couldn't get rid of him. So they got rid of Robinson Cano, who they're still into him because it's baseball. So they're still into Cano for all that money. What is Robinson Cano pulling down, not playing for the Mets? He makes
around $22 million.
Or at least. It's good work if you can get it. I've heard of people getting paid to go on vacation, but this is like actually a whole new level. This is well, no, this is incorrect. See, it's not just how much he makes, it's how long he makes it too. So they're into him. So $24 million this year, and then $24 million next year guaranteed. So he's $48 million to go on vacation, which is almost as much as some people that we know.
I'd have him coach first base or something if I were the Mets.
Brian, $48 million to go on vacation. It's like,
well, some people get paid to take vacation, but I don't get paid.
$48 million.
Nah, 40.
Just agree. Yes, you'll take it.
This is he got two. So yeah, he got $240 million for 10 years. Was his contract?
Wow.
Yeah. Guaranteed money.
Wow.
Baseball contracts are the craziest because they're guaranteed money. It's the only sport that is the real guaranteed.
The Mets always sign the real gems for long term.
They do. They do.
I could name off probably 10 on the top.
I saw David Cohn was on one of the broadcasts, visiting in the booth. It's pretty interesting. David Cohn, of course, he was a star with the Mets and then got traded away after he was exposing himself to fans in the bullpen.
Didn't he throw a perfect game?
What? Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
On the field?
No, in the bullpen. Exposing himself to female fans in the bullpen. David Cohn.
I don't know. When I used to go to games, girls used to always go to the bullpen guys. And head on them.
Yeah, that's what they did. And he exposed himself. Took it out, as they say.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he took it out.
Must have been proud of it.
Let's see if we can find this story. Lawsuit accuses of March 26, 1982. David Cohn accused of lewd behavior in the bullpen. Mets pitcher David Cohn allegedly lured 2 women into the bullpen area of Shea Stadium in 1989 and masturbated in front of them. There you go.
Sorry, I'm not laughing. I am laughing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Exposing himself to, and then there's other 3 women that said he exposed himself to them. Yeah. You can't make this stuff. You can't make this stuff up. I'll tell you, I used to go to all the Red Sox games, when I was in college, and I always sat in the bleachers, and the bullpen at Fenway is right by the bleachers. So like the pitchers, they knew us, because we were at every game, and we were always, basically down by the bullpen and stuff. And they would give us money to get them hot dogs. I swear to God. I swear to God they would. They would give us money to get them hot dogs. I swear to God they would do that.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Hey, can you guys get us some hot dogs?" It's like, sure. It's like, they put the money through the little fence. We throw them over the top. Hey.
Good thing they can catch.
Yeah, Rich Gedman, the bullpen catcher. Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
Oh, It's true though. It's like, oh man, you guess a couple of those Fenway Franks.
I could go for a Fenway Frank. I'm hungry. I could use one.
Anyways, Mets and Braves. The Astros up against the Mariners. The Oakland Athletics up against the Rays. What a game that was yesterday. And game 2. If you didn't get enough of the Tigers and the Pirates in game 1, well, double down. Grab some popcorn. Got a full day of Tigers and Pirates. These could go extra innings. You could really get your fill, Brian. I know you like both these teams so much.
Well, I actually didn't look at game 2 of the Tigers and Pirates, but all of the other 3 games I took a deep dive into. I'm gonna take the Oakland A's today with Freddie Matas on the mound. I had the A's yesterday small, and they let me down. The bullpen really imploded late. I think this price kind of looks light for the Tampa Bay Rays, like they're begging you to take Tampa. I think Oakland comes up with a W. I'm a sucker for. I'm going to go against the New York Mets today, take the Braves, Ian Anderson. Nothing special, but I think he can give him 6 innings, maybe give up 3 runs. Tyler McGill's been absolutely phenomenal play. He's no Sandy Koufax. He should play to the back of his baseball card, and I think today's the day where the Braves get to him. And I'm going to take the Seattle Mariners plus the 1.5 here. It just seems too easy to take Verlander and the Astros and lay the run line. So I'm going to go the other way and take Seattle and take the 1.5.
Some people are offended by my David Cohn commentary. I just read it off the internet. I mean, this was the news. I lived in New York. This was the news story, like on the news. I'm not like, New York News and the Post and the New York Times and all the world papers covered this story. And I just thought it was weird that he was back in the broadcast booth, since he left New York on that note. He was traded to Kansas City. He became head of the players union. He's the guy that got us the canceled season.
Yeah.
He was actually, I think he won the Cy Young on the canceled. Oh no, they canceled the award. He was going to be the Cy Young award. I think they canceled the awards. They canceled the World Series. They canceled everything that year. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody. I'm just, I don't think that's just reading. Joe, are you offended? If I'm offended you, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Not offended me.
I apologize for reading the news, talking about real stories.
Okay, but Brian might be offended. I'm completely opposite to you, Brian. So we're going to need Mitch to weigh in here. I think the New York Mets get it done with McGill here. I think the Braves have been strong playing against the Mets, but I think we see a really similar game to what we saw out of the Mets yesterday. I think they're so strong against right-handed pitchers, so I think Ian Anderson's going to have a hard time, and he's got a 4.66 ERA so far on this season. I think he does show struggles against the Mets today. I'm going to take the Houston Astros here on the run line, -1.5 at +110. I completely trust in Verlander to get the job done. We saw the Astros just dominate, getting that 4-0 win yesterday, and they're just strong against American League West, going 5-0. So give me the Astros, and then I think the Tampa Bay Rays come out strong again. They hit so well off right-handed pitchers, 7-3 in their last 10 games. We have the Oakland A's coming in here 2-8 in their last 10. I just can't trust them to get it done. So give me the Tampa Bay Rays.
I originally took the Mets, the Braves last night, because McGill is coming off the no-hitter, and I'm sure that's Brian's angle there. With McGill was part of that Mets no-hitter last time out, so he's got nowhere to go but down. So generally, it is a letdown spot. But the Braves have been so bad, and not have they just been so bad. Ian Anderson was better off sitting on a park bench, with that locomotive breath.
6 innings last start. I think he
Hey, Aqualung. Snot is running down his nose.
Nice.
See fingers wearing shabby clothes. Hey, Aqualung. I've actually seen it. Like when they had the Mets on. I don't forget what it was on, but it was like, when they play the music in between innings. Like when the guys were walking the field, they were playing Aqualung when Anderson was pitching. They played it.
Really?
Yeah. The reference, Joe? Do you get the reference?
No.
So Jethro Tull, the lead singer, the guy who everyone thinks his name is Jethro Tull, the guy who plays the flute and sings Aqualung and Locomotive Breath and all those Jethro Tull songs. His name is Ian Anderson. So that's
okay, gotcha.
That's why we say these things. Hey, Aqualung. Da-da-da-da. He's just skating away on the thin ice of a new day. I like Justin Verlander. He's my homeboy. Got a man crush. And
I mean, he's awesome, but it seems like the Dodger play, the run line here.
Why are you getting plus money on it?
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. They're going to give you plus money for the best pitcher right this year in baseball.
Because you don't understand the way the system works.
It seems too easy.
Yeah, it is. It is easy.
We'll
graciously accept it.
I could get talked into the Mets, but not the Astros here. It just looks too good to be true.
We prefer Rastros. It's our Jetsons name for them. And the thing is that I like this game because I like the Astros with Altuve back in the lineup. And with Altuve back the last two games, they have looked like the Astros again. With Altuve, they look like the Astros. Without Altuve, I don't know who they are. I don't know these people. I don't know this person. It's like probably famous Joe Madden breakup lines. I don't know this person that I'm looking at right now. Who I say to myself, who is this person?
We could do a whole show on those lines.
You ever use the I don't know who this person is anymore? This is not the same person that bought me the charcuterie board.
I definitely have used that. I've also used I'm not the same person I was when you bought me that charcuterie board. Let's just move on.
Wow. Strong.
Oh,
Brian's like, I've heard that before. I've heard both sides of it.
Oh, man.
Got the Phillies back at it with Zach Wheeler on the mound. Coming off his best outing of the year. It's the Wheeler that we know and expect, or that people expect, or people think that is Wheeler. The performance that we saw last time out. But, generally Wheeler is very, very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. And, we've seen that this season up against Martin Perez, who kind of like Waka yesterday is having a nice year quietly. And it's the stigma of how bad he's been in the past. Maybe some value there. And there's always value betting against Phillies. Got King Kong Bundy up against Kyle Bradish in Baltimore. We also have game 2 of the Padres and Guardians. Quantrill is up against Mackenzie Gore. I wonder if he's related to Al Gore. It's
Maybe.
not that common of a last name. And then the Blue Jays would be playing the Yankees today, but the game's been canceled because they're dead to me. They can't. I'm sorry. The Blue Jays couldn't make it to the game because they're dead to us. They just couldn't make it to the field. It's like it was a close game, and then we saw 2 big errors yesterday in games that just changed the games. It was this game and then the Giants-Dodgers game, which the actual game was decided on an error, when all was said and done. It would happen in the first inning, but it decided the game. So, all right, what do you think of these games, Brian?
Yeah, I was really big on the Rangers yesterday. I think I'm going to take the Rangers today, but take them on the run line plus 1.5. It's minus 135 or so. I think the Phillies win this game by a run, but I could see it going either way. Wheeler looked to be back in Wheeler form. I think he continues to pitch well today. I'll take the 1.5 of the Rangers, and then the Toronto Blue Jays. Yesterday took the Yankees. Now I'm going to switch sides, take the Blue Jays. I think they bounce back with a unlikely guy on the mound, and Kikuchi, who's had a rough season so far. Cortez has been lights out, but I think the Blue Jays get some revenge today.
Talking about the Seinfeld, it's not you, it's me in the comments here, but it's like my favorite one was when she's like, no, it's me, and he's like, no, it's me, and she's like, all right, George, it's you, and he's like, you're damn right, it's me.
He had to win that battle.
Damn right,
That
it's
was
me.
a good one.
Joe, what do you got in this slot?
Oh, I am fading my Blue Jays like crazy today. The New York Yankees just have their number. I'm going to go with the Yankees here. Even though it kills me, I just think, I don't know. I'm like you, Mitch. Really, I don't think they're going to get a win in this series. So give me the New York Yankees for the win. And then give me the under between Texas and Philadelphia. I think we have a lower scoring one. I know the ERAs are higher for both these pitchers, but I do think they have great days today against each other. So give me the under, and I'm leaning on the Rangers, sprinkling that money line there. I think they just played Philly so strong.
It's so dead to me. I like the home run props here for the Yankees. We saw Judge hit a monster blast yesterday off Manoah, and I think that we see some big home runs here off Kikuchi, who's given up a home run every outing this season. I like the under on innings pitched for Kikuchi. I like the Yerfy in this one. Yes, runs first inning. Cortez did not look so good last time out against Kansas City. They won that game 12-2. That was the Ron Romanelli game, where Romanelli had given out with Ron's rundown pick the -1.5 Yankees. They're up 12-2 in the bottom of the eighth inning. They finish the eighth inning and they call the game, so the run line about to get canceled. That's a rough way to lose, a very rough way to lose. And that was Cortez, but Cortez did not look to have his best stuff that night, to be honest with you. But he doesn't need his best stuff because the Blue Jays can't even field the team because they're dead to me.
They'll win tonight, don't worry.
Okay. I like the Twins despite Bundy. I think Bundy's ripe for the picking. I think he's going to – we know Bundy, right? We've seen Bundy. We know Bundy. It's like he's eventually going to – the wheels are going to fall off the cart. And then, we'll continue to fade the Phillies at an alarming rate. And, at 11-13 in games, they've been favored just about every single time. Let's see how much money the Phillies have lost their backers this season.
I wonder who's worse.
Brian, do you know that number offhand? Like just off the top of your head?
The White Sox or Phillies as far as who's lost more money for their bettors?
Well, the White Sox $16.95.
How much do the Phillies?
No, it's the Phillies.
Oh, well, what about the White Sox? How much did they lost?
They're up big.
No, they're not.
Big.
I
Big.
bet you they've lost more money for bettors.
They have the same record.
Yeah, but the White Sox are more of a favorite.
They lost 8 games in a row, and they have the same record as the Phillies. That's how bad their
who
team
lost
is.
more money? That's what the question was.
Well, who has the bigger payroll? It's about the same. The White Sox, $15.64. It's about the same.
They're both losers.
Well, the White Sox lost 8 games in a row. The Phillies have no excuse whatsoever. I mean, they have the Phillies' payroll is twice what the White Sox is. Why I like Castellanos so much? Brian does not have a dog. Not a dog person.
I like dogs. I take care of my mom's dog when she goes on vacation.
Okay. Small doses, kind of like me and my nephews. I don't have kids, but I watch my nephews when they come over. So I'm good.
Yeah.
Cubs, White Sox at Wrigley. Return to the scene of the crime. Got the Red Sox and the Angels. Garrett Whitlock on the mound for the Red Sox. And we'll do the Brewers and Reds. Freddie Peralta against Tyler Mahle. The Reds really didn't play that bad yesterday. They really didn't. They lost, again and all that other stuff, but they really didn't play that bad. They were competitive. They competed. I mean, they ended up on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
What did that one finish in yesterday, Mitch? Top of my head, I can't remember.
I think it was a 2-run game.
Okay.
The Reds need to find Kelly Leak driving around the ball field. That's what they need to do. Get Tatum O'Neal in there to pitch. Maybe things will change.
Yeah.
Let's get Walter Matthau to coach the squad. Brian, what do you think?
Well, my square patty play of the day is probably the Milwaukee Brewers laying 2.5 here. I know Freddie Peralta hasn't been Freddie Peralta, but I think the Reds are a good spot for him to get right. And it's usually not my type of play, but I like it there. I'll take Garrett Whitlock and the Red Sox. If this would have been, maybe I should have put this in as a premium play. I'm just not too high on Detmers. I know we're only going to get about 2-3 innings from Whitlock, but I think the Red Sox keep rolling. The Cubs White Sox, did we get to that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cubbies today with Hendricks. He's a Chicago Wrigley Field guy. I think Cubs get some revenge here, and just a fade White Sox play for me here.
Because the Cubs have done so well against the White Sox.
Just one win. It was one win.
No, it's traditionally.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mitch. I have to go with the White Sox here. White Sox 6-1 in the last 7 meetings, with the Cubs 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Chicago. I think they come in and dominate. I'm looking at the over in this one too. Strong trends to that over, especially in Chicago, going 5-2 in the last 7 meetings. And then give me the under between the Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. I know it doesn't sound like an under game. We look at both these pitchers. They're giving up the runs left, right, and center. But I think this is going to be under that 7.5. I just got a weird feeling about it.
All right. Go White Sox. Got the Rockies against the Nationals and the Dodgers against the Giants. That was a heartbreaker for the Giants yesterday. Rodon, 2 walks, a wild pitch. The guys go to second and third, and a single, the 2-run score, and that was it. Ouch. That is a tough day at the office. They were trying to dig themselves out of the hole the whole way after that. Never quite got there. The ball doesn't seem to be carrying as well this year in general. I would say, especially these outdoor games, right? It's like the ball is not what would have been home runs last year, not home runs this year. I like the under in home run totals for this season. They seem way down, right? I mean, all these balls, it's like that would have been the humidor. All right, Brian, what do you like, Austin Gomber or Patrick Corbin?
Well, yesterday I liked the Nationals, but today I'm going to go in the Rockies, even though it probably will be pretty heavily bet. I just think Gomber's the way better pitcher. The Rockies solid at home, so I'll lay the 145 with Colorado. And then Giants-Dodgers, that was my only premium loss yesterday, but I'll get back on San Francisco today. Just a lot smaller here on the money line. I think they get some revenge against the Dodgers. With Alex Wood on the mound.
That would be the gutsy Nerfy would be that Rockies-Nationals with Patrick Corbin. Joe, what do you like here?
And these are 2 tough games. I'm not seeing a line for the total on the San Francisco Giants and LA Dodgers, but if it's 7, I would go under that. You guys, I think we got a lower scoring one here. And then between Washington and Colorado, I'm going to have to go with the Rockies here to get it done with Gomber up. I think we just look at the Nationals. They've struggled so much against the Rockies. I know they got a big win yesterday, but I think the Rockies bounce back today.
I like the yes runs first inning in that Rockies-Nationals game. The Nationals jumped on the Rockies early and often yesterday. Also, Patrick Corbin, the last 2 seasons, he was once a decent pitcher in Cleveland, but what's happened to Patrick Corbin is he's been missing on his pitches, and when he misses, it's just the angle that he pitches at, and it's just, some guys have different things. Like some guys, like when they start missing, they can't find the plate. Like who was that guy, Rick Ankiel? Remember that, Brian? Like he all of a sudden he couldn't even throw the ball to the catcher anymore. It was
Yeah,
like,
then he went to play the outfield.
yeah, because he couldn't even throw the ball to the catcher anymore. That's how bad it gets for some of these guys. It's almost like the yips for golfers when it comes to putting. But the thing is that with Patrick Corbin, the way that his pitches are missing, they're coming directly down the center of the plate, like right in the middle of the strike zone. And that's why he's just been getting absolutely hammered for the last 2 seasons. This has happened to him. And it's like, I don't think he can figure it out. I think that he might be done. And I think that this might be the last few games of Patrick Corbin's career. I really do believe that, because he has got, like I said, some guys, they can't find the plate, but Corbin's got the opposite problem here, where it's like he's missing his pitch and it's just coming right down the center, and he is getting absolutely hammered. He doesn't have good enough stuff to overcome it. He doesn't. Coors Field's not going to help him much. Where's Anibal Sanchez when you need him? He's got a neck injury. I like the Giants against the Dodgers, but I don't know. Sickened by yesterday's game still. Thing is, the Giants had a chance all the way to the end. All the way.
Yeah.
Just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, when I went to bed, I thought, well, when I look at my phone, I'll see the Giants that come back and won. So I was just, when I went to bed, I thought, Giants will be okay. They'll come back.
It's odd because, like, as good as the Giants like player, or the Dodgers players are, their bullpen is really lackluster. I think they really just, very kind of At least as far as I'm concerned. DJ played the number 3 and 25 at the roulette table. I play 6-11. I hit 3 spins in a row the last time I was in Vegas. $25 each. $2,500.
That's great. Incredible.
It was incredible.
Yeah. I like the number 25, though. It's my birthday, 25th.
Spent it all on hookers and wasted the rest.
Of course you did. So you had to. Your plane got delayed.
Every dime of it. It's like my friend Scoob many years ago. He bet Pacquiao by knockout against Eric Morales, and he nailed the round prop, and then he spent it all on extracurriculars, every dime of it. It was like he was so proud of himself. It was like right up to the amount. It was like he won $1,900. He spent the entire $1,900 on. He had it all completely budgeted out.
Love that.
Yeah,
love it. It's awesome.
Anyways, Brian, you got a parlay for these people, or a prop, or maybe an NHL bet or anything? Joe's got fucking crazy today. 4 playoff games.
Oh, yeah. Playoffs look good. How about that Pittsburgh Penguins?
How come you're never on Pucking Crazy?
Well, because I got pucking lots of chores to do in the afternoon. But
we'll pay you not to be on. How about that? We'll take it off. We'll pay you.
Rangers game. That was one hell of a triple overtime game. Had the Penguins. I was sweating it out the whole time. They had to bring their backup goaltender in. It was just a hell of a game. So anyway, I enjoyed it. Yes.
Didn't see it.
That was a long game. That had me up. That was a long game. That was about 4 hours or so.
Yeah. Crazy.
Anyway, for my parlay, I have the Chicago Cubs on the money line, the Boston Red Sox, and the Mariners plus 1.5.
Here, I got a lighter over here for you, so you can just burn your money. Here.
Cubbies winning today.
Here,
easy money.
I got my Willie's Reserve lighter.
That's a layup.
All you gotta do here's a lighter for you. Just burn your money. Joe?
I look frozen on here. Hopefully I'm not. I'm going to take the Colorado Rockies on the money line, the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line, and the New York Mets on the money line.
All right. I like the Chicago White Sox minus 2.5. The You know what? I like the White Sox minus 2.5. I like the LA Kings plus 1.5. And I like the Heat minus 15.
I think you can even take the Kings on the money line for a sprinkle, Mitch.
Okay.
Destroy Edmonton today.
See, Brian. That's how it's done. It's not like take the plus goal and a half. Take 2.5 goals. You didn't say. You said go for the big money.
I want to win the game. I think the Seattle Mariners. I just think too many people will be making love to the Astros today. So. Anyway.
All right. I'll be dry humping their leg like a Cocker Spaniel. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. I won't be reading about David Cohn anymore. Not sorry.